Hey everyone, welcome back to Movie Matrix. Today we've got something exciting, thrilling, mind-blowing lined up for you. So sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. Joe and Bronny drive along a winding country road, the city skyline shrinking in the rearview mirror. Joe glances at her, a soft, disbelieving smile tugging at his lips. Half joking, half sincere. What did I do to deserve you? Bronny smiles back, but her eyes are distant. They pull off at a scenic overlook. Joe steps out first, taking a deep breath of clean air, admiring the sweeping landscape. Bronny stays behind the wheel for a beat. Her hand brushes over a hidden gun tucked under the seat. In her mind's eye, she steps out and shoots him. Quick, clean. The image fades. She's still sitting in the car, gripping the steering wheel tight. Whisper, not yet. She steps out, masking the storm inside, and joins Joe by the railing. They get back into the car and continue driving. Joe pulls over again, flipping open a crumpled paper map. Bronny leans across, trying to see. Where exactly are we going? Joe folds the map with a shrug, flashing her a boyish grin. Anywhere. As long as you're with me, we're already there. He grabs his phone and steps a few feet away, calling Will. Into phone. Any news on the passports? Working on it. Almost there. Joe hesitates, then adds, I need one more favor. A beat. I need to talk to my son before I go, just so he knows I didn't just disappear. They pull into a quiet, half-abandoned gas station. Joe stays at the pump while Bronny heads inside to grab supplies. Inside, she's gathering items when a policeman walks in. Their eyes meet. For one heart-stopping second, Bronny imagines telling him everything, ending it all here, but the image dissolves. She forces a polite smile and pays quickly. Outside, Joe stiffens as he spots the cop through the glass. He schools his face into calm. Bronny returns to the car, trembling. Joe, quiet. You okay? Just adrenaline. Joe studies her. He leans closer. This is it. No turning back. She nods, voice steady, even if her hands aren't. I know, I'm ready. He drives off. They pull up to a large, empty house hidden behind overgrown trees. Joe explains as they haul bags inside. Rental. No guests this week. We squat for a few days, disappear after. Inside, the place is cold and silent. Joe moves in to kiss her, instinctive, trusting. Bronny flinches without meaning to. Joe's face falls. Before suspicion can take root, Bronny catches his arm, pulls him back into a kiss, smiling, lying, sorry, bad breath. Joe laughs it off, tension broken. Bronny sits on the bed upstairs, staring at her notebook. She knows. A kiss almost blew her cover. Tonight, it has to end. Outside, Joe makes another call to Will. Passport's ready. Ezra and Ella, like you asked. Also set you up on Henry's game server. You'll be able to talk to him there. Joe thanks him, heart surging with fragile hope. But the old doubts gnaw at him. He's never been good at happy endings. They eat quietly. Joe tries to ease the mood. How's the writing going? Bronny fumbles for a lie, then deflects. What about your book? Joe shrugs. Gone. Burned with everything else. Smiles. I'll write a new one. When we're safe. Bronny falters, the weight of what's coming pressing down. Joe, what if we don't make it? He leans forward, eyes bright with conviction. We will. Let me show you. Moonlight shimmers on the water. Joe rows a small canoe into the center of the lake. Out here, it feels like the edge of the world. He lays back in the boat, arms spread wide. Look where you are. Softly. Center of my universe. Bronny stands, trembling, staring down at him. The man she came here to destroy. The man she shouldn't love. And yet, somehow she does. Joe and Bronny return to dry land, dripping, breathless. Their eyes meet, charged. They crash into an intense, hungry kiss. Joe pulls back slightly, searching her face. You want this? Bronny, breathless, just smiles. Follow me. She grabs his hand and leads him back toward the house. They stumble into the bedroom, passion burning. But suddenly, Bronny reaches under a pillow and pulls out a gun. She points it straight at Joe. Tell me how you killed Beck. Joe freezes, stunned. Whispered. Bronny? He steps back, hands raised slightly, heart pounding. He searches her face. This isn't a bluff. Disbelieving. Who got into your head? Icy. All of them. She throws Beck's old manuscript at his feet. And now, you're going to erase every word you added to her story. Joe's jaw tightens. He realizes, if she really wanted him dead, she would have done it already. Smirking bitterly. You're not afraid of me. You're afraid of what happens when I'm gone, because no one will ever love you like I do. Silence crackles between them. Joe grabs a pen, scribbles out a line from Beck's book, violently, then tosses the manuscript aside. His phone buzzes loudly on the nightstand. Joe looks at it, desperate. Please, it could be my son. Bronny considers, nods once. Speaker. Now Joe answers, voice trembling. Into phone. Hey, buddy, I love you. Quiet, the broken. What did you do to Mommy? Joe freezes. The guilt hits like a blade. Henry, you lied. You said there were no monsters in my room, but you were the monster. The call cuts out. Joe stares at the phone in his shaking hands. He breaks down, tears spilling, his world crumbling. Bronny watches him coldly. Bronny scoffs. You think you're the victim? You're more deluded than I thought. She reaches for the phone to call the police. Joe snaps. He lunges, knocking the gun aside. They struggle fiercely. Bronny fights hard, but Joe is stronger. A gunshot echoes. Bronny gasps in pain, blood blooming on her side. She bolts outside. Bronny stumbles through the dark, bleeding, trying to stay hidden. Joe chases her, wild-eyed. She ducks behind a tree as he runs past her. She slips back toward the house. Bronny crashes inside, grabbing the phone with shaking hands. The screen is shattered, barely responsive. She punches 911 with bloody fingers. Joe realizes what's happening and sprints back to the house. Bronny tries to bolt the door, but it jams. Joe bursts in just as she leaps out the window. The phone clatters to the floor, the emergency call connected. Joe chases Bronny. She limps badly, her ankle broken. Joe taunts her, yelling after her, "You know I broke your ankle on purpose. Didn't know it would help me kill you one day." He tackles her roughly, pinning her to the dirt, whispering, "Savage, you want to know how I killed Beck? Let me show you." He wraps his hands around her throat, choking her. Slow, deliberate. Bronny struggles, fading fast, then rams a concealed blade into his side. Joe roars in pain and recoils. Bronny crawls away, but he grabs her ankle, dragging her back. They both tumble into the water, thrashing, struggling. Joe shoves Bronny underwater, holding her down. Bubbles rise, and then stop. Joe staggers out of the water, soaked and bleeding. He starts for the house, then hears the wail of approaching sirens. 2 police cars screech to a halt. In a blur, Joe ambushes and kills one officer. A brutal, desperate act. He tries to flee, but Bronny, battered but alive, appears behind him, pointing a gun at his head. Joe raises his hands, bleeding, broken. Joe, pleading, "Do it. Kill me, please." Bronny's hands tremble, but she shakes her head. You don't get the easy way out. Joe lunges at her, trying to force her to shoot. She fires, but into the air. The officers swarm him. Joe is tackled, handcuffed, and dragged away screaming. Joe's mugshot floods the news. He's convicted for the murders of Beck and Love. More victims come forward. His legend as a monster grows. Joe Goldberg will never be free. Nadia picks up a pen again, beginning a new story. Reagan's husband is cleared of all charges. Maddie faces trial but avoids prison time. Kate, scarred but surviving, returns to painting. A new edition of Beck's novel is published, without Joe's edits, stronger and more raw than ever. Joe sits alone, rocking slowly, muttering to himself. The walls are cold, silent. He stares straight ahead, eyes hollow, whispering, Maybe the problem is you." The screen fades to black. And that's a wrap. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.